Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, heated debate in Russell House.
But the big issue here, let me talk, quiet, let me talk.
Also, Carolina Pantry looks to feed more students in need.
It's a little bit difficult financially as a student, we don't always have the most money in the world.
But first, South Carolina is looking to advance to the national championship again. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Michael McGee. Our top story today, South Carolina Lady Gamecocks are gearing up for a big night. This is the third straight time the Gamecocks have made the Final Four. They take on the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight in Dallas. Tip-off is at 9 on ESPN. The game will feature Iowa's Caitlin Clark against Carolina's Aaliyah Boston. Both women are finalists for the Naismith Women's Player of the Year. Back here at home, the city of Columbia is topping the charts for a troubling reason. A recent study showed the city had the third highest STD rate in the country. According to the Interbody Research Company, Columbia moved up 15 spots since last year. Also making the list is Charleston at 14 and Greenville at 25. According to the study, over half of the top 25 cities with the highest STD rates are in the South. Using Center for Disease Control data, Interbody showed that black communities are hit harder. Debates concerning LGBTQ+ issues are getting louder across the country in response to a range of new legislation involving healthcare and education. Here at USC, students with differing opinions jumped into discussion recently. Here with more on that is Ciera Shackleford. Ciera?
Thank you, Michael. A recent debate in Russell House Theater got a lot of students talking about issues on trans rights. A conservative student group called Turning Point USA hosted an event last week to talk about what they call transgenderism and its impact in society. But it wasn't just them talking. About 80 people who support trans athletes in sports and against legislation that would limit their rights in society. One student we talked to was concerned about the nature of the debate.
And it's like one reason it's important to show up to things like the TPUSA meeting and prevent that from just turning into a hate fest.
But Turning Point USA President Emma Farrell felt sides were equally represented. In a written statement, she says she expected hostility because of the sensitive topics, but she was glad people with different views showed up. Farrell says she hopes to keep the conversation going in the future. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you, Ciera. Another USC program on a mission to feed the hungry, hope to make change. According to Feeding America, over 489,000 people face hunger in South Carolina. As reporter Justin Mitchell explains, Carolina Pantry hosted increased access to fresh produce, one box at a time.
USC student Hadia Lucian is a frequent visitor to Gamecock Pantry, located in the Gamecock community shop, where she picks up food and snacks for the week.
Things are a little bit difficult financially as a student, we don't always have the most money in the world.
Included in her pickup is her fresh food box of fruits and vegetables, made possible through the pantry's partnership with Food Share South Carolina.
Boxes actually help me with my costs for groceries. It allows for me to, get certain extra things without having to pay extra at the grocery store.
Associate Professor in the College of Social Work, Dr. Mariah Fram, says the Food Share boxes are a benefit to students.
And the goal is to make sure that every single student here has access to nutritious food, and it doesn't, they're not kept from doing that because of the cost. They're not having to trade off, do I get fresh fruit and vegetables or do I buy a textbook? We want everyone to be able to eat healthy.
The free boxes are distributed every 2 weeks and include nearly 10 pounds of fresh fruits and vegetables. Gamecock Community Shop Supervisor Raylan Cook says partnerships with programs like Food Share South Carolina are helpful to the students.
Being able to provide these types of items to college students on this wide of a scale has definitely, I think, improved our college community.
Students can sign up for a box at the Gamecock Community Shop located in the Carolina Coliseum. For Carolina Insider, I'm Justin Mitchell.
Finally today, an amazing sight to see is heading our way. You won't believe your eyes as you watch fireflies light up Congaree National Park. Not the baseball team, the bugs. The sights have become so popular that the park has created a lottery system to select attendees. If you win, you can see them twice in May. from the 13th to the 16th, or the 19th through the 24th. The lottery opens next Thursday at 10 a.m., and you have to pay $1 per entry. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here next week.